Good afternoon. You can all be seated. On behalf of the Durham County Sheriff's Office and Durham Tech Community College, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy, number 49. I'm Sergeant Kreider, the BLET School Director for the Durham County Sheriff's Office. Also seated on the stage is Sheriff Burkhead, Major Butler, Captain Kimberly Lane, and the Assistant School Director, Kristen Ryman. The training division members are also seated in the audience. Lieutenant Harris, Staff Sergeant Ellerby, Corporal Phoenix, Ernest Janetta, and Marier Shields. Special thanks to our partners with Durham Tech Community College, President John Buxton, Dean Justin Long, Assistant Dean Sharmonique Williams, Director Brian Bishop, and Director Rosalind Theory, and Program Specialist Judy Graham. It is also my pleasure to recognize Miss Ollie Jeffers, who is our partner in MAD. This is a special day for both you guys and the class of BLET 49. With that said, please feel free to take pictures and photos throughout the program. However, please silence your phones. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you the newly certified officers and deputies of the 49th Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy. I'll now ask that Pastor Jason Palmer lead us in the invocation for the ceremony.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Palmer. I'm associate pastor here at the church at Ridgecrest Baptist. It is an honor to be here with you all. Our church is privileged to partner with the sheriff department here in Durham County, and we rejoice with all of you and you candidates for what you all have done and what you are going to be doing. And so to all the family members and friends and distinguished leaders behind me, welcome to Ridgecrest and to this graduation ceremony. And just as the Lord spoke to Moses in Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 through 26, may we find ourselves the same day doing the same thing that he was blessing them. Lord, may you bless us and keep us. May your face shine upon us and be gracious to us. Lift up your countenance upon us and give us peace. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are so grateful to be here this morning or afternoon. Thank you for the gift of life, the chance to live it, and to do so to your glory. And Father, I pray for all of us today, these candidates in particular, Lord. May you guide them, use them, Lord, to bring forth justice, defend those who need defending, help those who are in need, and ultimately make you known to the world around us that you are still a loving, caring God. And we ask these things in your holy, precious name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
You all can be seated. I'll now introduce Captain Lane to address the class.
Good afternoon. Wow. What a great turnout. We are delighted to see the support from friends and family. We don't quite often get a group this large, so this is excellent. I'm glad to see you guys. I want to take this opportunity to thank two participating agencies that have been an asset to this program. I want to thank Duke Police Department, Chief Daly, I believe you're here. Thank you for your attendance. And Superintendent Mumford from State Parks and Rec. We appreciate your support. You add a little extra flair to the group, and we hope to continue that partnership. So thank you very much. Guys there in these first three rows, wow, I feel like we just kicked off the other day, but you probably don't feel like that. I want to say I'm very proud of you, and I want to say what an honor it is that I get to literally meet every single one of you when you first do that online application. I don't necessarily meet you face-to-face yet, but to be a part of your journey is something that I do not take for granted. To watch you progress and see the things that you will continue to do, I look forward to seeing that down the road. So thank you for, I guess really thank you, Sheriff, for allowing me to be a part of that process. And then lastly, I'll say that, you know, this academy doesn't just train you to be good officers. It hopefully enlightens you to be better people. And I think you all probably feel that. You will never be the same, but you are outstanding people in whatever you do. Congratulations.
This academy would not be possible without a partnership with Durham Tech Community College. And I ask Director Brian Bishop to come up and speak, please.
Thank you, Sergeant Crider. On behalf of Durham Tech's Board of Trustees, President Buxton, Vice President Battle, Dean Long, Assistant Dean Williams, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to share some thoughts. Thank you, Ridgecrest Baptist Church, for your love and support for law enforcement. Thank you, Sheriff Burkhead, and your entire staff for this continued partnership. It is Durham Tech's honor to serve your agency through relevant education, training, and resources. The staff with Human Services and Public Safety are constantly fighting on behalf of first responders. Thank you, Captain Lane, Lieutenant Harris, Sergeant Crider, and Deputy Ryman, instructors that are among the best in this great state, and support staff. Your effective and diligent leadership, evidenced by these BLET graduates sitting before us, the weekend and after-hour phone calls, and consistently giving all you have to ensure your cadets are foundationally prepared to serve, does not go unnoticed. Your leadership and Academy's reputation attracts cadets from other law enforcement agencies, such as the North Carolina Park Rangers, Duke University Police, and Cary Police Department. I am grateful that these agencies entrusted their cadets to our partnership. Thank you, family and friends of law enforcement. Your patience, love, and support helps to save lives and provide a safer community. Hello, Academy 49. I stand before you by the grace of a loving God, my strong wife, and a plethora of trusted friends who are not afraid to tell me the truth. They continually challenge me to grow in ways of strength, grace, humility, and service. I was reminded several weeks ago by my teenage daughter that I get to go to work when I was complaining about being tired and having to go to work. I need reminders like that because it is easy to focus on negativity rather than being grateful for having a purposeful life in service to God and community. I've been blessed to serve as a conduit of knowledge freely given to me by my mentors and leaders over a 28-and-a-half-year career in law enforcement and now in service with Durham Tech. Please let me pass on to you knowledge that has helped me. In a calling that demands you take control of chaotic situations to bring order, there lies a danger of believing you can control people, places, and circumstances. You cannot. You can only control yourself and how you act or react. This is powerful in that it frees you from being controlled by another's fear, anger, or hatefulness. This helps to facilitate the greatest of gifts, peace of mind. Remember to be nice when you're doing your job. Treat others the way you wish to be treated. While you are serving, do not take a citizen's wrath or verbal abuse personal. They are most likely having one of the worst days in their lives. If you don't take wrath personal, you can think more clearly to identify potential solutions to help others if possible. You are only as sick as your secrets. You will encounter more critical incidents in a year than most people encounter in a lifetime. Critical incidents have a way of making some think they are broken. That's a lie. Find trusted people that you can talk with honestly about what is hurting your heart. Those that have been where you are and have found the solution to heart-hurting problems, they then become willing to practically apply those solutions. Pursue a higher education. Never stop learning. This has the power to develop critical thinking skills, consideration of ideas you may have never thought of, and opens doors to many possibilities. Please don't use time or money as an excuse not to pursue a higher education. It will more than pay for itself over time throughout your career and beyond. And as unpopular as it may appear in modern society, seek God's will for your life. If you don't believe in God, that's okay. I used to be the same. I thought I was too broken, and then God sat on a throne just waiting to toss some lightning bolts in judgment of me. But I became willing to seek him when another shared what God had done for their life. And I found him, a God of love, endless power, and grace. To the extent I draw close to him, he empowers me to serve him and you, and I can have peace of mind. Congratulations, Academy 49. For earning a seat at this ceremony. I know it was not easy. The Durham County Sheriff's Office Academy has a long, proud tradition of raising the bar and going above and beyond in its training regimen. You rightfully should be proud of your achievement. Acknowledge your efforts and be grateful to those who helped you through. In closing, remember and be open to being reminded you get to serve your community. It is an honorable and noble calling. Never let someone tell you otherwise. Thank you, and if we at Durham Tech can help you in your pursuit of higher education, do not hesitate to call or stop by. We'll gratefully show you how we did it. Thank you.
For the last 6 months, family members, you've seen your loved ones get up every morning and come to work or come to the academy without truly knowing what all they've gone through. To shed some light on that, for the last 6 months, these deputies and officers have completed over 1,004 training hours. They've been tested on 39 different blocks of instruction, not including the state exam. These blocks of instruction included firearms, driver's training, compliance and control tactics, communication and de-escalation, and crisis intervention. They were instructed by over 60 different instructors in the last 6 months. If you're an instructor, will you please stand? Calling you all out. Thank you. Thank you, guys. If it was not for our dedicated instructors, this wouldn't be possible. They go above and beyond every time that we ask them to teach a block. I'll now direct your attention to the screens in front and behind you, probably easier in front, to shine some light on everything that they've gone through over the last 6 months. Based on your reviews for blocks of instruction, I think that pepper spray and CS gas were your two favorite blocks. Academy 49. Your journey is not ended. In fact, it has just begun. As you move into the next chapter of your career, I hope you continue to use the foundational skills that you've learned here in the Academy. I'll now ask Assistant Director Deputy Ryman to come give our reflections of your Academy.
Good afternoon. Maybe I should have put this in a bigger font. All right. I would like to take this time to thank all those that assisted in making this happen. Your help has been immeasurable. To the graduates sitting in front of me today, it has been a long 6 months. A very long 6 months. So take a second and look around. This room is filled with people who pushed you, whether it be the endless running or the mental stressing you out of your comfort zones. They supported you while you got your tail handed to you in CCT, all the while telling you how to win the fight. And let's not forget the ones that held you accountable. There were many smoke sessions, and y'all got real familiar with a certain patch of grass. But more importantly, this room is filled with people who chose something hard. You decided to be here. You decided to push through early morning PT sessions, long days with practicals, and moments where quitting would have been easier. I think we all remember the pepper spray and the CS gas. You decided to step into a profession that most people will never fully understand. And that matters, because this job will continue to ask things of you that feel uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and at times overwhelming. Which brings me to something Cara Lawson said that hits directly in the core of what you're stepping into. Life is not going to get easier. You learn how to handle hard better. Right? That's it. That's the truth of it. This job doesn't get easier. The calls don't get easier. The decisions don't get easier. The weight that you carry does not magically disappear. What changes is you. You get better. You get sharper. You get more disciplined. You learn how to think clearly when things are chaotic. You learn how to act when others freeze. Hopefully the Sims rounds taught you that. You learn how to stand steadily when everything around you is anything but. You learn to do hard better. And that's your responsibility from this day forward. Because graduation is not the finish, it is the starting point. You hear it a million times. Right now you have the foundation, but what you build on top of that foundation is entirely up to you. So stay hungry. Be a student of your craft. Ask questions, seek feedback. Train when you don't have to. Learn from those people who have been doing this longer than you, and also from those that see things differently than you do. Growth is a choice. Choose it daily. Congratulations to the deputies and officers in front of me. You did it. Now go do hard better. So at this time, I'll let Deputy Lewis speak on behalf of the class as to how they took this and their side of the story.
The slideshow was great. Now I'm about to tell y'all what really happened. For those of you that know me and everybody that's been around me for the past 6 months, you already know I'm not going to be up here long. So I want to start off by saying good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for taking the time out of your day to come and celebrate this special occasion with us. I would like to thank Ridgecrest Baptist Church for allowing us to use your facilities. I want to thank Durham Tech and Director Bishop for providing the space that we need to succeed for these past 6 months. I want to thank Sergeant Kreider and Deputy Ryman for all of your wonderful instructors, for giving us the knowledge, the guidance, the wisdom, and the confidence to begin our career as law enforcement officers. Thank you, Sheriff Burkhead, for taking the chance on us. And I really want to focus on that. Thank you for taking the chance on us. Without you, we wouldn't be allowed to be able to do any of this. So I want to thank you for that. I know for myself and for my classmates, we will all forever be grateful for that. It's been a long 6 months. Let me just start by saying that. It's been crazy. And I honestly didn't know coming into this what to expect. All I knew was that we were going to be doing a lot of push-ups, and I knew that we were going to be doing a lot of running. And I know that because that's what everybody was telling me the entire time coming into it. Make sure you're doing your push-ups and make sure you're running. And we did a lot of push-ups, and we ran a lot. It's a true story. Looking back on it, this is 6 months that I'll never forget and that I'm forever grateful for. During this time, we experienced a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of laughs, frustrations, smoke sessions, and the constant fear of that next meet me in the grass moment coming around the corner every time we heard Deputy Ryman's keys frantically jiggling down the hallways. Every time you heard those keys, you knew something bad was coming, so I would just push my seat out, start to stretch my legs out a little bit and get ready. And most of the time, it was us going into the grass. So it seemed like just yesterday that 18 bright-eyed, somewhat nervous cadets entered the Durham Tech building for the first time, not having any clue what we were about to get into. Now, although I said 18 of us entered, it was only 17 of us that entered on time, right? So day one, this is a true story, one of our cadets showed up noticeably late. Day one. And not only did he show I'm looking at him. And not only did he show up late, he had the nerve to show up with a Starbucks coffee cup in hand. And he didn't have on the right pants. And he also forgot to bring the equipment that we were told to bring. So starting off day one, we had about 500 push-ups added to our push-up board to start off for punishment. And that number continued to grow throughout the 6 months. It was a great time. That moment there started the beginning of a journey where we made a lot of memories. We collected more push-ups, and over time we became more than a class. We became a family. Years from now, we'll look back and we'll laugh at the times that we shared. We'll remember how no matter what, Risk will always do his own thing. He'll never stop. It doesn't matter how much you yell at him, he'll do what he wants to do. Right? We'll look back on the weird compliments that Atashi gave Sergeant Kreider about how he looked in his new jeans. That's a true story. That really happened. Moving on. I know me personally, every time I see a Pillsbury Doughboy, I'll think about when Deputy Ryman told Underwood he looked like a busted can of biscuits. And she wasn't wrong. And so we've been through so much together over these past months. I don't know where to start. I guess a good place to start would be Trayburn. So Trayburn was our second worst smoke session, PT session that we had through the entire 6 months, and it happened early, right? So to this day, every time I see a bunch of Tahoes and Explorers unmarked, randomly parked around the corner, I get a little PTSD, right? So it all started with our first PT session. It was pretty simple. We maxed out on push-ups, on bench press, vertical jump, sit-ups, 300-meter run, and then we did 1.5 miles to finish it. And looking back on it, the first red flag should have been when we finished the 300-meter run on the track, and then we went to another place to do the 1.5 miles. And during that time, I thought about it. I was like, why aren't we running here? That's weird. That was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, when we went around the corner to go do the 1.5 miles, all you see is just more Tahoes and Explorers just parked randomly. I'm like, what are all these people doing here? 1, who's protecting Durham? 2, like what's happening, right? So that was red flag number 2. We do the 1.5 miles. I'm still thinking everything's fine. I'm like, all right, it's Friday. We're finishing up. We're about to go home. Everything's good. I start high-fiving people after I finish the 1.5 miles. I'm being a good teammate. I'm telling everybody good job. I start to turn like we're about to close out, do a little powwow and leave. Next thing you know, I hear everybody yelling. I'm like, what's going on, right? We're getting told to go this way. We're getting told to run this way. We're getting told to run this way. And after about the 6th time, a Sergeant Kreider telling us to run to him and back to the curb because we were moving too slow, I was like, oh no. It's about to be a long day. And it was. So there was a big patch of grass that we did the rest of our smoke sessions in. They had us doing bear crawls on the ground, They had us hopping. They had us running back and forth. They had us trying to do a human centipede. I don't know if you ever seen anybody do a human centipede. It's difficult with about 4 people. We did it with 18. It did not work at all, right? Feet were on shoulders. People were passing gas on each other. It was a terrible time. So, yeah, they had us out there doing all kind of foolishness. EMS was all over the place. People were falling out. It was great, though. We made it. Later on, we dealt with Pennington and Atashi almost killing everybody at the driving range. It rained for a majority of the time that we were at the driving range, and there was this one course, I think it was called Radial Curve, where there's a bunch of cones, and you have to do like a sharp turn around the curve. Well, Pennington didn't get the memo that it was raining and the track was wet. And so I believe he and maybe a couple of more other people, I probably did it too, took out half the cones, almost drove into the guardrail and took off like a flight. There was another one called Serpentine where you got a bunch of cones lined up and you have to drive in an S in between the cones and back. You have to do it backwards, forwards and backwards. I was in a group with Atashi. Now, you know when Atashi's about to get upset or he's getting mad because his hair goes from here to just, it goes up. It's weird. I've never seen anything like it. And so at this time, Atashi's hair is like going to the heavens. So he's quite upset. So he gets in the car. It's all timed. He goes down to the end fine. He honks that horn twice, starts backing up, and I thought I saw the Lord that day. All I saw was a car speeding back, almost hitting people on the side. He almost hit us standing behind him. It was a bad time. But somehow we made it. We had a great time with a lot of great instructors and leaders. I'll never forget Captain Carpenter and his superhuman cardio PT sessions, which was a bit much for 6 in the morning in the winter. But it's fine. And so, somehow we made it. Lieutenant Sharp, always having constant high energy. No matter what, he's always smiling, and he knew how to bring life into all our sessions. Sergeant Thompson tried to kill us on every break during CCT. True story. Sal saw his life flash before his eyes the first day at the range when he was going down range. Next thing you know, 18 cadets. I think we were doing dry firing drills. We were already up looking at them. Yeah, fun times. Minna tried to shoot, but she ain't had no bullets. That was crazy. And then we had the worst smoke session that we've ever had, Holder. But I'll come back to that. I'm almost done. We started this academy as a group of individuals, and through all the ups and downs, we turned into a team, and that team has now become a family. And we sit here before you today as the next addition to the law enforcement family of Durham County. I'm honored and I'm proud to be a part of Academy 49, and I know in my mind and my heart and soul we're going to do good works, and we're going to make a huge impact. I have a couple of quotes that I want you guys to think about as I close. Michael Jordan said, "I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to make the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. In law enforcement, so many things can and regularly do go wrong, yet officers press on in their mission to serve and protect." George Orwell said, "People sleep peacefully in their beds at night only because rough men and women stand ready to do violence on their behalf." Whether you work nights or days, remember you're the rough men and women who allow the community to rest well in their beds. Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel." We as law enforcement officers have the unique opportunity and the ability to return some sense of dignity to victims of crime. And we can even restore a person who's accused of the crime by treating them with respect. You don't have to respect the person's actions. You'll probably find them reprehensible. But remember, the power of unconditional respect, a little bit of it goes a long way. And then President Ronald Reagan said, "Evil is powerless if the good are unafraid." Bravery in the face of evil is what we need as law enforcement officers, and we need to exhibit that every day. And we can take it a step further and say bravery is not the absence of fear. It's the resilience despite fear. Before I close, the worst smoke session we ever had. So we're about 4.5 months in, right? We should be past the point of getting smoked for doing ridiculous stuff. Somehow, some way, we were all at lunch. I had just finished eating a salad. I was eating salads. That's what I do. I eat salads. And so we're at lunch. I see people frantically moving around, spidey senses tingling. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Come to find out, somebody lost their belt. How they lost their belt, I have no idea. But you know where we went? To the grass. So we go to the grass. They had us doing all types of stuff, bear crawls, down and back. It was about 70, 80 yards. We had to pick up telephone poles, carry them. I done smashed my finger between the telephone pole and a cinder block. They had us moving a tire, flipping it all kind of ways. I was ready to quit. And so, the academy. And so, we finished that up. We go inside. I'm thinking, okay, how did this happen? Come to find out, the belt was sitting on top of the flagpole. How they got it on top of Old Glory, I don't know. But it was sitting up there. Holder eventually got her belt back. I thought the day was done. No, here come those keys jingling. We go back to the grass. Why did we go back to the grass? 4.5 months in, somebody left their sweater in the bathroom. So we ended up getting smoked again. And it was a bad day. But we made it through. To my fellow classmates, I'm proud of each and every one of you for getting this far, but it's only the beginning. We have so much to accomplish, so much good to do, and I can't wait to tackle it alongside of you all. Thank you.
You guys saw the videos. You heard his story. Somewhere in between is the truth. I sense a little bit of dramatics in his story. Throughout the academy, all the students put in a tremendous amount of work. To recognize some of them, we'll present 5 special awards. The first award is the academic award. Throughout this academy, this cadet showed proficiency and knowledge of material through the end-of-block testing. This cadet finished with a 90.8 GPA. Cadet Disla, will you come up to accept your award? And just so you guys know, there's a purpose behind everything that we do in the academy. The next award is the driving award. This cadet showed proficiency above all others during driver's training to include maneuverability and pursuit driving. And this person was not listed in Deputy Lewis's speech about taking out a bunch of cones. Deputy Risk, will you please come up to accept your award? The next award is the Firearms Award. This cadet showed proficiency during firearms training by qualifying with the highest score in the class, both in daytime and nighttime. They also showed the ability to use critical decision-making skills while under stress. Deputy Garza, will you please come up? Physical Fitness Award, which will soon be named the Captain Carpenter Physical Fitness Award. This cadet showed the ability to go above and beyond during workouts, motivating classmates and making vast improvements physically throughout the academy. Ranger Atashi, will you please come up to accept the award? The last award is the Leadership Award. This award is, it's actually not the last, but the Leadership Award. This award is for the cadet that I feel played an instrumental part during this academy. They are humble, they led by example, offered to help when needed, and maintained a positive attitude even when things got tough. I'm proud to call Deputy Disla to come receive the Leadership Award. It's truly hard to pick who we're going to select to get these awards because everybody puts so much effort into everything that they do. And that's what we strive for from day one is you put in the effort. That's what ultimately what's required of you through this job. The last award is a special one. This award carries the legacy of one of our own. The Captain Eric Scott Outstanding Instructor Award is chosen by the class. It represents an instructor that goes above and beyond what is asked or what is expected. An instructor that sacrifices personal time to make sure that they make an impact on the class through their teachings. This instructor taught or assisted with 3 different blocks of instruction. Those totaled over 100 hours of instructional time, in addition to being a role player and helping with other classes. Detective Kevin Salguero, will you please come up to receive your award?
All right, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker for the afternoon. We have a very special keynote speaker, our very own Sheriff Clarence Burkhead. Clarence F. Burkhead, 65, was elected in December of 2018 to become Durham County's first African-American sheriff. On March 3rd, 2026, he received 85% of the primary vote, catapulting him into position to be reelected for a 3rd term in the sheriff's office. A native Asheboro, North Carolina, he began his career as deputy sheriff in Randolph County before leading the Duke University Public Safety Department in 1998 to 2005. Under his watch and throughout this time in the office, Sheriff Burkhead has enhanced our training academy process. This includes partnering with Durham Tech Community College to provide classroom space where we offer our own training for corrections and law enforcement. The Durham County Sheriff's Office is also proud to be one of the few offices in North Carolina to offer dual certified training so deputies and detention officers can serve in both roles upon graduation. In 2025, the Durham County Board of County Commissioners approved to significantly enhance the training facility along Electra Road in Durham. An official groundbreaking date on the $16 million project will be announced soon. Sheriff Burkhead is a graduate of Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina, where he received a Bachelor's of Arts degree in criminal justice. He later earned his master's degree in organizational management from Pfeiffer University. Burkhead is married, and he and his wife have 3 adult children and 1 grandchild. Presenting to you, Sheriff Burkhead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Give me a moment to organize my 47-minute speech that I'm about to give. Okay, 45 now that I have my glasses. Wow, what an honor. What a crowd. What a beautiful, beautiful crowd to come and celebrate the accomplishments of each and every one of these cadets. Give yourselves a hand. It is truly my privilege and my honor to stand before you today as the Sheriff of Durham County. So proud of each and every one of these cadets who have mastered what it takes to put up with Captain Carpenter, Captain Lane, Ryman and her keys, and come together and be successful in completing this academy. Before I go on, let me thank our special guests and our partners, certainly Durham Tech, for this great partnership that we have. We could not do this without you and your support. Certainly Ridgecrest for opening up again this beautiful sanctuary for us to hold these ceremonies. We really appreciate that. And for keeping the men and women in law enforcement all across Durham County in your prayers. Thank you. Special recognition to Chief Daly, and my friend and my colleague at Duke University, for allowing his officers to come through our academy, and Chief Montford, for allowing his Rangers to come through as well. This is a partnership. When I was elected in 2018, that was my goal, was to develop a law enforcement network that was outside of Durham County, because we all deal with the same issues and we all have finite resources. So I felt it was incumbent upon me to reach out, not only here in Durham, but Durham Police and Duke Police and the VA and North Carolina Central, but go beyond that. And that is evidence of what you're seeing here today. In my travels as your sheriff, I'm constantly promoting the Durham County Sheriff's Office all across the state of North Carolina and beyond, and constantly saying that we are the best sheriff's office in the state of North Carolina. It also requires me to do a fair amount of traveling. As I just drove back in from Atlanta last night, and you all know this firsthand because I did not get a chance to meet you until a couple of weeks ago. And that's not good. That's not good at all. I should meet you on day one, but it is nonetheless what it is. So I publicly want to apologize for it taking so long to meet the outstanding men and women of Academy 49. And so I could not be more proud to stand before you today. And then last week we had an opportunity to break bread together. And so I'm trying to make up for not seeing you on day one. And the food was quite delicious. I don't know how many cooks we got out here, but the food was good. Oh, you're the cook? The food was delicious. But seriously, I am so proud and so filled with joy today. I also have to admit that I'm going to cut down the 45-page speech or the 45-minute speech because these folks have already said everything I wanted to say. Now, I don't know if they've hacked into my computer or if they understand what our mission is of honor, duty, and service, commitment, resilience, excellence, family, because that's what I hear, and that's what I say all the time. So they've saved you a good 20 minutes because they've already said it. And so there's no need for me to get up here and just regurgitate what they said, but I have a few nuggets that I want to leave with you today. It's already been said that the academy is over 1,000 hours. We here at Durham County Sheriff's Office, myself and some of my instructors, were fortunate enough to be part of the new BLET review process. So I apologize that we got it to 1,004 hours, but this is the result. Excellent training for men and women who want to be in law enforcement. 27 weeks You know, you committed to do something a half a year. And you should be proud of yourselves. A lot of PT, hours in the classroom, running, push-ups, burpees, all which have made you the cadets that you are. The Durham community is as proud of you also. I mean, look around at your friends and your family, the support network who are here today to celebrate you. They are proud of you as well. This is your day to shine. This is the day that you drop the title of cadet and don the title of deputy sheriff or police officer or ranger. You are, having passed the state exam, now certified as professional law enforcement men and women. I'm going to take a moment to talk about the Durham County Sheriff's Office and the office of the sheriff. I heard a couple of people stumble earlier and slip and say department. Raise your hand if you're guilty. Every once in a while, people slip up and say the sheriff's department. Well, I stand before you today to correct that. There is no such thing as the sheriff's department. It is the office of the sheriff. And the office of the sheriff dates back to the 1600s. Anyone who spent any time with me knows that I will correct you if you call it or refer to it as the sheriff's department. I'm very passionate about that. It's an honorable office. It first came about in the 16th century, where back then there was a geographic area called the Shire. Now we know it as the county. And the king would appoint an individual to sort of do his bidding or collect the taxes in the Shire. That person was called the reeve. Y'all stay with me. So we have a Shire, county, and we had the reeve or tax collector. And over the years it evolved into sheriff. The first sheriff in the United States was Captain William Stone, appointed in 1634. The first elected sheriff was in 1652. I share this history with you to make sure you understand the linkage from the 1600s to where we are today, that the office of the sheriff is the oldest public safety organization in the history of this world, in the history of this country. And you should be proud to become members of that. So don't tarnish that history. Don't lose sight of what you represent now. The public is depending on it. We are guardians. We are servant leaders. This is a rich history that has not come without challenges. We see it play out today on our televisions, and we listen to it on the radios. The headlines about law enforcement are not always complimentary. Remember, every day you put on that uniform, you also wear the history that comes with it, the good and the bad. I am just convinced that you all will contribute more good than you will bad. You've now been entrusted to respond to crises that will encompass the worst of anyone's day. You may encounter someone who's committed a horrific crime, someone who's dealing with a mental health crisis, someone who has committed unspeakable incidents. But you will respond with professionalism, with dignity and respect to help them work through whatever crisis it is. One of you said it earlier in your comments. We're here to help them and serve them regardless of what crime or what they're going through. That's who we are, certainly here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office. Be kind to one another. You've said family. You've been formed into a family over these past 27 weeks. Carry that with you as you go to your respective assignments, whether it's detention, civil, courts, patrol, wherever you are assigned. Look out for one another. Don't lose that bond, because in this day and time, mental health and wellness is critical to the success of our law enforcement professionals. Continue to support one another. You've got a support team here. You've got your family and friends behind you. Lean on them. And family, don't let them down. No, don't let them down now. This is when you really need to wrap your arms around them, because they're going to be out in the county seeing things they can't unsee, doing things they never thought they were capable of doing, and they're going to carry that with them. It can get heavy. So I implore you to embrace them even more. For the moments that you are trying to decide how to act, remember your training. Remember what these instructors poured into you. Remember the oath that each of you have taken and that commitment to service that you have taken and continue to strive today. So I'll close by saying, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. God bless each and every one of you. Continue to carry that courage inside of you. You've now satisfied our requirements. The work begins. You've satisfied the state of North Carolina's requirements. The work begins. Today, I'm excited about the future for each and every one of you. I applaud the sacrifices that you have made, and I salute you, and I open my arms to welcome you to the Durham County Sheriff's Office and to the profession of law enforcement. Thank you.
This time we will now move forward with presenting the cadets their certificates of completion.
Ranger Adam Atashi. Ranger Joshua Davidson. Ranger Isabella Davis. Deputy Esteban Garza. Deputy Tion Harris.
I'm always going to pose for a picture.
Deputy Affinity Holder. Deputy Jeremy Lewis. Deputy Berta Mena. Deputy Adrian Mile. Deputy John Ollison. Officer Richard Pennington. Deputy Mahmoud Risk. Doing his own thing.
Keep in mind, he's a good driver. He's a good driver. Yeah, good driver.
Deputy David Rump. Deputy Kira Scott. Deputy Jeremiah Underwood. Deputy Dennett Disla. My fault. My bad, buddy. Okay. If Superintendent Mumford and the other rangers could meet us up front, that would be amazing. No, come on.
See, it wasn't in my script to call them up, so I had to apologize to them, and I really appreciate it. This is, again, as I said in my comment, an example of our partnership here in Durham County and beyond. So I'm really honored to have our Rangers with us today. I'm going to get out of the way.
I was a graduate from BLET 23. All right. With Captain Baker was my sergeant, my training sergeant. So, thanks.
Please join me in congratulating the newly certified officers of Academy 49. Academy 49, please take your seats. I'll have Sheriff Burkhead please come up for any closing remarks he may have.
Thank you once again, all of you, for coming out and being part of this very, very special ceremony. It's already been said, cannot be more proud of all of you, cannot be more proud of each of you who attended this event today. So thank you. Please join us for light refreshments once we conclude here, and we will do our conclusion after we have our closing prayer. Thank you.
Yeah, in closing, I just want to once again say thank you for all being here, and congratulations to you all for what you are about to go and do. As a man whose grandfather once served as well, it is an honor and a privilege to see you all going out and doing the exact same thing, providing and taking care of those in our community. And so thank you. And I want to just pray for all of us. So if you bow your head, close your eyes. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time today where we get to celebrate what you are doing in these young men and women's lives, Lord. How you're using them to go out and be a part of serving this world that you have created. So, Father, I pray for them. I pray what you told Isaiah in chapter 1, verses 16 through 17. May you wash them. May you make them clean. May you remove the evil from them, the evil deeds that are in them. And may they cease to not do evil, Lord. May they learn to do good. May they seek justice. May they correct oppression, Lord. And may they bring justice to the fatherless and plead the widow's cause. Father, use them as an instrument in this world to do what is good and right before you. And Father, we pray a hand over them of protection as they go out and serve and do the things that many of us can't and won't do. Father, we are grateful for people like them. And so we thank you for them. Use them. Amen.
Academy 49, congratulations. I know it's been a long journey, and I'm glad to have helped guide you to where you are now. I'll continue to be a resource for you and anything that you guys may need. So, congratulations again. Now the moment you guys have all been waiting for. You are officially dismissed.